commend this bill to the House.
The next call is a split call. Tākuta Ferris.
Te pika, māku ngā kōrero mo te Pāti Māori, o tira te iwi Māori, mo te anga o tēnei pere. Nō reira, kaua koe mā harahara mo taku hāte. Tēnā tātou. We do not support the bill. And it's for a fairly straightforward principle. It's a principle of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. The bill, not its predecessor nor the amended bill, mentions anything about Te Tiriti o Waitangi, about the partnership that Te Tiriti o Waitangi created, or the place of Māori in it. And whilst we might be here talking about space in an emerging field of technology and an emerging economic opportunity, this lesson has been tracked, learnt time and time again by this Parliament. We arrive to a new technology and then the Parliament takes the view that, Māori don't have anything to do with that technology. Don't have anything to do with that. This was the same thing happened when the Spectrum case came up in the early 2000s. The Spectrum case and the somewhat arrogant view of the government at the time was that Māori didn't have any use or history in the use or utilisation of the spectrum. This would ultimately be disproven, right? This would be disproven. So here we are again. The basic principle is here we go. We've got the 1840 guy over here. What were the ancestors of the Brits doing in 1840? Not a lot in space. So the principle is the same. The principle is the same. Okay, the principle is the same. I hear the supporters of the myth of technology idea over here on my left. Astounding. So a new resource is available. There's some regulation wanted for it, being proposed for it, and Māori are being regulated out of it. It's worth billions of dollars into the future. Yeah. Ngāi Tahu did very well out of it. We're sticking to the root facts here. Māori have a long cosmological history. They have deep knowledge. We've been navigating the biggest ocean in the world for 10,000 years using the stars. We've managed to name every planet, every constellation. Māori, so has everyone else. The attitude of this House when it comes to this type of discussion is deplorable. It's deplorable. It's a joke. It's an utter joke. The attitude of this government, the House isn't built to facilitate the Tiriti o Waitangi conversation. I can say that to the Speaker absolutely 100% knowing that. This House isn't built to facilitate the Tiriti o Waitangi conversation. And this government isn't interested in the Tiriti o Waitangi conversation. So they keep spewing out stupid views that I'd love to take a little bit more time to rip to bits, but we don't have it right now. But anyway, a great mentor of mine, an uncle, Moana Jackson, he spoke about colonial myths a lot. And one of them was the myth of technology, Andy, the myth of technology. And that the colonial settlers and the successive governments and power structures of this country built colonial myths into our history. And one of them is the idea that all Māori development halted in 1840, and that's where we should stay. You should go and look up the myth of technology, e hoa mā. Go and look it up. Go and look it up. Hey, I know about tāwhaki. I know about mahia mai tawhiti. We know about all of those things. I also know about ihirangaranga. Okay, I also know about mātairangi. I also know about things like matariki. Everyone knows about matariki now. But, here we go. Here we go. No decent debate from this side of the House. Just slanging stuff. Slanging stuff, eh? So, I'll just give them a minute to simmer down. I hope everyone's just listening, although you can't hear at home. I hope everyone's at least getting a feel of the attitude here when I'm raising quite a simple point, a simple principle, and it's the principle of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. This House has passed laws that protect these rights that Māori possess. You've passed laws, okay? And here you are just riding roughshod straight over the top of them. Nō reira, kia kaha koutou, we do not support the bill at all.
I've got a point of order from Stuart Smith.
Madam Speaker, I'm not going to raise a point about the member not addressing the bill, but I am going to raise a point of order in regard to wearing a political slogan on the the previous speaker's shirt, and which has a logo as well. And if that's the ruling, I'd just like some clarification. You don't need to give it to us now, because we could all wear T-shirts in the House with party logos and slogans on them, but I just want to know what that ruling is. So
I can't see a party logo from here, but I can see the member has a T-shirt with something on it, but it's not visible from the chair. I don't know if it's visible on the TV screen. So if the member wishes to speak to the point of order, I'm happy to take that.
Speaking to the point of order, I'm not sure who the sovereign party is. But I do know that the Deputy Principal's been, the Deputy Prime Minister has been pulled up in this House about 3 or 4 times for wearing his ACT pin. So, you know, if you want to come and clear that up, you're welcome to it.
Look, as long as it's constructive, I'm happy to follow up, but there is no visible party branding on the member who was just speaking that I can see from here. Cameron Luxton.
Madam Speaker, the member's using a tactic that's well known in bullying circles to raise a different issue when there's an issue on the table, and point of orders are heard in silence.
Yeah, look, I tell you, the member has been attempting to make a speech and has a lot of barrage and interjections from this side of the House, which I think it's been coming from both sides, and I'm not prepared to accept that that particular member has been directing what he's been saying at this, other than to react to interjections.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Just a moment, we've got a member on his feet.
Also, the member just, as the chair has acknowledged, it's hard to read the item, what is written on the shirt of the member. The member did actually just refer to what was written on the shirt, so it would behoove the House to look at Standing Order 119 in regards to what the member has just said as to whether that is an affront to that.
I'll follow that one up. Thank you. Takuta Ferris.
With regards to the first part of the member's speech or point of order over there, deeming the relevance of Te Tiriti o Waitangi to a debate in this House some sort of act of bullying and not being relevant to this bill is one of the stupidest things I've heard to date.
That actually wasn't a point of order. I'm going to shut this down now. I accept that there has been some to and fro going from both sides, and as I say, when the member was actually making his speech, there were a lot of interjections coming at him, which made it hard to speak, and I'm closing down the point of orders now. I'm accepting that I can't see what's on the member's T-shirt, and I'm accepting that I cannot see any political logo, and we're going to move on.